Hello everybody and welcome to Hobbies Fishkeeper. I am Will and today's video is going to be on all of this that you see in front of you. This is a rundown of everything that you will need to start up a nano reef. I've been contemplating this for quite a number of months now and I bit the bullet and I've got it all ready. So this is going to be a little journey that you can all join me on. But today we're just going to have a rundown of the essentials and other bits and bobs that aren't so essential. So the last time I had a marine tank was probably around about 10 years ago, if not more. And from doing research, there is a hell of a lot that has changed in that 10 years. So I don't claim to be the font of all knowledge when it comes to marine tanks at all. This is just my opinion on what you need to start a nano reef. And the first thing that I would say you need would be patience. I've been contemplating this since probably around about November and I've only just bit the bullet and done it all. So make sure you're doing your research. That's the biggest pointer I could probably give you. The rest of it is up to you to make all the decisions on what you're actually going to buy. So without further ado, let's get on with it. I suppose the first thing that you're going to need to start a nano reef is a fish tank. I've gone with the fluval Evo 13.5 or 52 litres. I've bought this, but I did actually consider quite a number of tanks before I settled on this. There was the other fluval that I considered, the fluval Flex. I think that's a 57 litre tank. But I've actually written down the other ones that I considered as well, so you can have a quick look at them. There's the Boyu TL450, the Red Sea Max Nano, the Innovative Marine Fusion, and the Coralife BioCube. They're all tanks that I researched the balls off basically, and I settled on this. One, price is fantastic. Two, the reviews are fantastic. 3, Fluval is a brand that I've used since I was probably started in the hobby 15 years ago. My main tank is a Fluval Roma 200. Yeah, Fluval, you can't fault them to be honest. So yes, I've gone with the Evo. So obviously you've got your tank. Next thing you'll need, obviously you're going to be filling it with some sort of fluid, i.e. water. So you'll need some salt because it is a reef tank, so you'll need some salt. I've gone with the Instant Ocean. When you do get salt, I would suggest that you stick with one brand of salt because there is differences that I'm reading online in between the different salts. So I would say stick to one brand. I've gone for Instant Ocean to start off with. I'll probably stick with Instant Ocean. So that's another must-have for your aquarium. Now, the water that you are using as well, if you are using RO water, if you've got an RO system, brilliant. You can also buy RO water from your local fish shop. I'm not. I'm going to be using tap water, so I'm going to need a lot of conditioner, and to kick it off I'm going to use some Fluval Cycle Biological Enhancer as well. So condition your water, make sure you get rid of all those chlorines and things out of your water that are going to be harmful to your fish. The next thing that I would suggest that you need would be a test kit. I don't test my freshwater tanks that often, to be honest. Not as often as I probably should do, but I would say that testing your water with marine fish is more of an essential rather than a maybe, shall we say. You need to make sure that your water is bob on. These are expensive fish, they're not like guppies. You can't get 10 for 10 quid or $10 if you're in America. These are expensive fish, so you want to make sure that you're putting them in the best environment that you can. And one of these babies will help you do that. I would suggest testing your water twice a week. And only do water changes when your test kit tells you to. So when your nitrates are all over the show, your pH is all over the show, do a water change. If you've done 2 tests in a week and they both come out perfect, or near perfect, don't change the water, just let it run, do a test the week after. Yeah, that would be my little tip. only water change when you need to. So there's the test kit out of the way. You're obviously going to need a substrate as well. So I've got them for the Carib Sea. This is live sand. It says the fastest cycling on the thing. We'll see. We'll put that to the test, I suppose. So I've gone for some nice sand on that one. You'll obviously need a thermometer. I've gone for a digital thermometer. This does in the tank and outside of the tank for double measure. And then you've got, obviously there's the hydrometer to test your salinity of your water. This is just a cheap one. It cost me, I think, £7.49 or something like that off eBay. Quite simple, can't really go wrong. The only thing I suggest you do is after every use, make sure you give it a good wash out, because if your salinity is quite high when you're testing it once, you don't wash it out and then you've got to use it again, the salt that will still be in there can make your test, what's the word I'm looking for? Inaccurate, that's the word I was looking for. So always wash after every single use. You're going to need obviously a heater. Now with this tank it does suggest that you go with the Fluval M50, I think it is. I think it's a titanium heater. I've not gone for that because I've gone to try a different type of heater. This is, I don't know, Aqua. It's a very thin heater and it says that it's unbreakable. I'm not going to put that to the test because it cost me 30 quid. But it says it's unbreakable. It's actually made of a really toughened plastic and it's actually really thin. It's actually only 9mm thin, and this is for tanks 60 to 100 litres, so it's a 100 watt heater. Now this is only 52 litres, but I always like to go one up when it comes to heating. I don't know why, I just always have done. So yeah, trying a new one. I'll do an unboxing on this probably and see how it works, see if we can get some glass thermometers and see how it fares on the temperature range. It says within 0.5 on the actual box, so we'll see how that goes, shall we? So these next four, these aren't essentials, I don't think. Obviously you're going to need some decoration in your tank. Now you can go for live rock. Live rock is very expensive. I've gone for some dry rock. Now this is just a volcanic rock, volcano rock. Very porous. I've got a lot more than this to go in. It's all upstairs ready to go in. But I'm going with that. You don't have to. You can get artificial plants now. You can get the artificial like rubberized corals that light up quite nice under the blue lights if you're going for that fake kind of thing. But I'm going to try and go for a natural look and possibly get some corals in there, some anemones. So yes, I'm going to go for a proper scape. But yeah, some rock I would say isn't essential, but a good thing to have. It helps with filtration. Also another thing, obviously I've got my water conditioner and I've got the Fluval Cycle, a biological enhancer, but I've also got a little Dr. Tim's Aquatic, the one and only. I've never used this before. I'm not sure how long it's been on the market. There are a hell of a lot of videos on YouTube about it, so give it a YouTube. But it is the one and only live nitrifying bacteria. Removes toxic ammonia and nitrates naturally when setting up a new tank, instantly creates a biofilter and helps cure live rock. 100% natural living nitrifiers. I'm going to test this out, see if I can cycle this tank within a week and then get some fish in it. Fingers crossed. Now, with this tank, when I purchased it, I got this, the Fluval C Mini PS2 Protein Skimmer. Now I've got this, but I think I'm going to take it back to the shop and get my money back or exchange it for another filter for the other tank, because they're about 50 quid, I think. They are fantastic and they do exactly what it says in the tin and it fits in quite nicely, but the amount of fish that I'm going to have in this and corals, I'm not so sure it requires getting a protein skimmer. I don't think the waste would be that high to make you need one of these. I'm going to upgrade the filtration in the back anyway to be as good as I could possibly make it. So I don't believe I actually need this. But for peace of mind, if you wanted to get one, they are great. If you're just going to stick with the foam filter that Fluval give you, pop this in, everything will be fine. But I'm not going to use it. I am going to take it back to the shop and see if I can exchange it for something. But yeah, it's not an essential, I would say. Now, if you'd have asked me that 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, I'd have gone, a marine tank without a skimmer, are you absolutely effing nuts? You'll lose all your fish. That's how much has changed in the hobby in the last 10 years, 5 years. It's not essential anymore with all the filtration that we can do nowadays and with all the nice chemicals, and if you're looking after your tank properly, it's not an essential, I don't think. Again, my personal opinion. If you disagree with that, I'm very sorry. Please don't nail me in the comments, but I don't believe that it warrants having one when you're only going to be putting 4 fish in a cleanup crew in there. So yeah, fantastic item, but I'm not going to use it. Not an essential as far as I'm concerned. Pop it to one side. And then we've got the wave maker. Now in the tank it comes with 2 duck bills, so directional duck bills, so you've got some flow from the little pump. It is a little pump, depending on what you're putting in there. Obviously these fish come from the sea, there's no turning off any kind of current in the sea, so fish like current and some corals like current. So again, you're getting some current off the duck bills, and if you point them in the right direction, they could cope, it could work. Or even if you upgraded the pump in there to like there's an Eheim 500, it's a little one but it's small and mighty kind of thing, that might suffice for the current wise. But I've gone for an Old Pond Solution Reef Surge wave maker. Now this does 500 litres to 4,000 litres per hour. It's got 8 speeds. I actually think it's just a Jabio, I don't know how you say that. I think it's just one of them, it's been rebranded. But it's got 8 speeds, 5 wave patterns, night mode, feeding mode, rubber mounted, and it's a magnetic one as well. That can be used for fresh or saltwater, to be honest, if you're looking at getting one in your freshwater tank. Again, I don't think essential, but helps, if you know what I mean. Yeah, have I missed anything? I don't think I have. So that's it in a nutshell. Everything that I think you need and extras that you don't need but could be useful if you're that way inclined. Away we go with the nano reef. Stay tuned for the next video. I will be doing an unboxing of the Evo, and then I'll be doing a filter upgrade. The filter chamber in this is quite good, but I'm going to be doing an upgrade on it anyway. I'm going through that step by step, and then it's time to scape it after that, and then leave it a week and put some fish in it. So this is a new ball game for me. I hope you're in for the journey. Thanks for joining me. See you all again soon. Cheers.